Hello and welcome to NTAi International News at 7. I am Bintu Aliyu Simone. First, the headlines. Federal government pledges greater collaboration with Chartered Institute of Taxation towards expanding revenue base and infrastructure in Nigeria. High Court in Adamawa State vacates earlier exportee order restraining Independent National Electoral Commission from conducting governorship supplementary election. Plus, Nigerian government congratulates 8-year-old Nigerian chase champion for making the nation proud. And now the news in full. The federal government is to collaborate more effectively with the Chartered Institute of Taxation towards achieving greater momentum in diversifying and expanding its revenue base. President Muhammadu Buhari, who stated this while receiving an audience, the National Executive Council of the Institute, said this will go a long way towards meeting Nigeria's infrastructure, social services and security needs. State House correspondent Adam Musambo reports.
The Chartered Institute of Taxation, led by its president, Cyril Ekemefuna Ede, was in the State House to felicitate with President Muhammadu Buhari for his re-election, describing it as a clear sign of the belief, trust and confidence that Nigerians have in his leadership.
I want to commend you for leading by example, by your nationalistic zeal, zero tolerance for corruption, and a sense of pride in the Nigerian project. We believe that Nigeria shall achieve greatness with the right foundation that your administration is laying. CITN, with over 22,000 members, is ready to partner with your administration for a better Nigeria.
The Institute holds a strong view that no nation can achieve development if it neglects taxation and is therefore willing to offer professional insights on ways to aggressively mobilize revenue within the ambits of the law for effective service delivery. Consequently, an updated charter of tax demands by the Institute was presented to the President, recommending, amongst others, the review of obsolete tax laws towards addressing ambiguities so that the nation's tax system would be more efficient and the economy better strengthened.
We observe with utmost disappointment the removal of the requirement to present tax clearance certificate as a precondition for eligibility for elective positions. The Constitution is clear on the need for all citizens to declare their income honestly and pay their taxes correctly. In this regard, political office holders should and must lead by example to change the non-compliance tax culture in Nigeria.
President Muhammadu Buhari appreciated the leadership of the Chartered Institute of Taxation for availing the government its professional thoughts towards enhancing the nation's economic fortunes.
Be assured that this government will continue to focus on building a safe and secure Nigeria that is inclusive, diversified, and corruption-free. We have made some progress in the first 4 years. However, a lot more can still be done to meet our infrastructure, social services, and security needs. We have a large, hardworking, and entrepreneurial population, and through fair and effective taxation, we can fill this revenue shortfall.
Already, the President said the national tax policy document has been reviewed towards institutionalizing the tax payment culture in the country. This, he said, is imperative as overdependence on oil as main source of income for Nigeria is no longer sustainable. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTAi News.
Still remaining with the State House, President Muhammadu Buhari is assuring Nigerians that those responsible for incidents of professional negligence, especially in project execution, will face the full wrath of the law. This was while granting audience to the leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors on a courtesy visit. Once again, State House correspondent Adam Sambo has details.
With Nigeria's significant infrastructure deficit, President Muhammadu Buhari said professional bodies in the built industry, such as the Institute of Quantity Surveyors, have the potential to support government in not only finding lasting solutions, but also creating impactful jobs across the country. The recent tragic incidents of building collapse in Lagos and other parts of the country, he however said, is a sad reminder of the need to strictly adhere to quality standards in projects execution.
Young innocent lives must never be lost due to incompetence and greed. Simply put, no corners must be cut. I want to assure you that those responsible for such incidents of professional negligence will face the full wrath of the law.
On his re-election for another term of office, President Buhari said Nigerians have clearly spoken of their desire for the country to move forward, and on that he remains irrevocably committed.
By the grace of God and with your continued praise and support, the dark days of impunity are gone for good. As a government, we remain focused and committed to ensuring we create an inclusive and diversified economy. This simply means national growth must impact the silent majority.
The president, Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, Obafemi Onashile, had expressed total confidence of his members to the Buhari presidency, which he said has brought hope, progress and stability to the nation.
May I at this juncture acknowledge and commend you, sir, for your selflessness, sacrifices and love for our country.
Mr. Onashile, however, made a case for the creation of the Directorate of Quantity Surveying, as well as mandating quantity surveyors to undertake cost management of all forms of projects so that the construction industry can be freed of the shackles holding its performance down.
The NTAi has drafted a bill for enactment to assure and control building and construction industry payments that will frustrate corrupt tendencies in the industry. The NTAi has drafted another bill for enactment to regulate and control building and construction industry health and safety. This law, once signed into operation, will bring to immediate halt the issues of collapsed buildings currently ravaging our country.
And in appreciation of President Buhari's impeccable and sterling service to the nation, the National Policy Committee of the Quantity Surveyors Institute conferred on him the fellowship grade of the institute as the highest cadre of membership, as well as the life champion of anti-corruption crusade in Nigeria. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTAi News.
Now let's talk judiciary. A state high court in Adamawa State has vacated the earlier ex parte order restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from conducting the state governorship supplementary election earlier scheduled for the 23rd of this month. Abubakar Hamman takes it from here.
The State High Court, presided over by Justice Abdul Aziz Waziri, also dismissed the earlier application for injunction by MRDD and gave INEC the go-ahead to conduct the supplementary election. However, the matter has not been put to rest as arguments on substantive matter before the court will commence on Wednesday, the 27th of this month, as explained by the counsel to PDP and its governorship candidate Joy Kiari Gazama and counsel to MRDD Ibrahim Mustafa.
The court said it has jurisdiction to look into the substantive matter, but at the same time set aside the ex parte order, dismiss the application, and now INEC has been allowed to go ahead. We are still going to be vigilant and alert. It is not over until it is over.
There is no point in granting a certain hearing and at the same time granting an order to restrain. If we are coming here tomorrow, and as you hear my lord, that judgment will be delivered for Friday, what is the essence of an order anymore?
In Yola, Abubakar Hamman.
Now, more on electoral matters. The Independent National Electoral Commission has declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Bala Muhammad, winner of the Bauchi State gubernatorial election. State Returning Officer Professor Muhammad Kyari, who announced the final results, said the PDP candidate fulfilled all the requirements of the law. Abbas Mekano reports.
But Bala Abdul Qadir Muhammad of the PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
Shortly after the court verdict that paved way for the resumption of collation and announcement of Tafawa Balewa result and the declaration of winner, the governor-elect, Senator Bala Muhammad, was given a rousing welcome by his supporters who received him in the airport. In his acceptance speech, the governor-elect gave gratitude to Allah and appreciated the support of the electorate in the state for having confidence on his ability to move the state forward.
I accept this responsibility with humility, and I truly understand its meaning, namely that you expect me to be a servant of the people.
He assured the people of the state of his readiness to lead the charge for the restoration of hope to Bauchi state citizens, a better prospect and greater opportunity for prosperous life. In Bauchi, Abbas Mekano, NTAi News.
Now determined to have a strong, focused, unadulterated and patriotic leadership of the 9th Senate, President Muhammadu Buhari has convened a strategic meeting with the returning and newly elected senators, governors, as well as members of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress on the best way forward. State House correspondent Adam Stumbo reports that the president harped on the need for unity, high sense of responsibility and selflessness in service towards genuinely taking Nigeria to the next level.
Despite having the majority in the 8th Senate, the governing All Progressives Congress found itself sharing the all-important presiding leadership positions with the opposition People's Democratic Party. APC senators were also said to have been denied the privilege of controlling sensitive committees. As a result, legislations critical to the implementation of the change agenda were believed to have either been denied or frustrated. This interactive meeting between President Muhammadu Buhari, APC leadership and the senators-elect is aimed at ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not in any way repeated in the 9th Senate.
By this system, which I saw by the Holy Quran to follow, this is my 5th and last time of standing the election. For that reason, I would like to leave something behind. And what I want to leave behind cannot be successfully done without your support. That's why I'm appealing for your support. What happened in the last Senate and so on is regrettable, because I still feel that it shouldn't take 7 months to pass a budget. You have got a very, very serious job ahead of you. So what I'm feeling is any major decision you are going to take, please reflect more on the country than yourselves as a party. What impact will it have on the country?
APC National Chairman Adam Soshomole expressed the belief that with a majority of 65 senators, the APC has what it takes to produce unadulterated Senate leadership and ensure patriotic legislations that will support President Muhammadu Buhari's radical decisions and reforms for the good of the nation and posterity.
We do not need to do business with opposition in order to claim what is rightly ours. When Nigerians, in their full freedom, have chosen to bless us with such huge majority in the National Assembly, and re-elect Your Excellency with such huge margin, their intention is clear: to have a strong federal government with strong legislative backing in the two arms of the National Assembly to carry out the reforms and the changes that Mr. President is irrevocably committed to, that reflect the core values of Progressive Party and the core values of change.
The first and only YPP Senator-elect from Anambra State, Ifeanyi Ubah, attended the meeting, which continued behind closed doors, during which questions, observations and suggestions were taken on the best way forward.
We assured the President cooperation. We're going to give him the whole cooperation. We're going to work hand in hand as one family in harmony with the executive arm of government to ensure that we boost the Nigerian economy, tackle security and agenda on corruption. What belongs to majority goes to majority, and what belongs to minority goes to minority.
What the President has done today, I think, is the right step in the right direction. We are governors. We are also responsible for our senators, and we dialogue with our senators. And all of us were very happy that he led the way forward as Mr. President. And because of that, all of us are now going to work towards achieving the desire of Mr. President for the good of this country.
A similar meeting is expected to be held with the returning and newly elected ABC members of the House of Representatives. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTAi News.
Okay, let's now take a short break. We shall be back with more news in a moment. Thank you for staying tuned. Now, the Buhari Media Organization, BMO, says President Muhammadu Buhari's pursuit of autonomy for the legislature and the judiciary is a positive development in the political history of Nigeria. In a statement signed by its chairman, NTAi Akinstiju, and Secretary Kasidi Madueke made this comment in reaction to the inauguration of a presidential committee on autonomy of state legislatures and judiciaries in line with the fourth alteration of the 1999 constitutional amendment. The group says it considers this a positive development in the political history of Nigeria because for the first time, a proactive and decisive move is being made to make the second tier of government work for the people at the grassroots. BMO says it is also gratifying that the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari is strengthening the country's democracy by guaranteeing separation of powers among the three arms of government, even at the state level. Now, wife of the President, Aisha Muhammad Buhari, has been conferred with the Grand Diamond Excellence Award by the National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports that the award is part of the organization's 25th anniversary and in recognition of Mrs. Buhari's contributions towards the promotion of health and the general well-being of women and children in Nigeria.
The promotion of the health and the general well-being of women, youth, children and other vulnerable groups, the cardinal objective of the wife of the President, Aisha Muhammad Buhari. Her advocacy towards achieving this through her Future Assured program and the Aisha Muhammad Buhari Foundation has reached to every part of this country, especially at the grassroots and the internally displaced persons camps. In the reproductive, maternal, child and adolescent health, Mrs. Buhari has made a remarkable contribution. The construction of 50-bed capacity maternity hospital in Daura, Katsina State is a clear example. These and other similar interventions attracted the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to honor the wife of the President with the Grand Diamond Excellence Award.
The Grand Diamond Excellence Award presented to Her Excellency Dr. Aisha Muhammad Buhari wife of the President, for her support, relentless campaign against drug abuse and malnutrition.
While commending the effort of NAFDA for this milestone achievement in maintaining a healthy and a better society, the wife of the President reaffirmed her commitment to step up advocacy in improving the health of the nation, and she urged all Nigerians to follow suit.
I'm aware, as a worthy partner, I salute the effort of NAFDAC and pray that the agency will continue to grow stronger and stronger. I foresee a NAFDAC in the next 25 years that will attain world-class status in food and drug administration. This, of course, requires more hard work, dedication, selflessness on the part of the management and staff of the NAFDAC.
Mrs. Buhari was awarded alongside other distinguished Nigerians for their outstanding contributions towards the success of NAFDAC in its fight against counterfeit drugs and other substandard goods in the country.
If the rate they have been working this time is sustained, it is my belief that the country will be cleansed up of fake drugs and fake foods which are used by the members of the public. If not because of their actions, many people must have died or gone mad for using fake drugs, fake foods, and without any control.
A book entitled NAFDAC at 25 was presented for public consumption during the program.
NAFDAC at 25.
State House, Aliu Kabir, NTAi News.
Moving on now, the British government is to support Nigeria in the fight against insurgency and in the area of humanitarian crisis resulting from the activities of Boko Haram. The British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mrs. Catriona Lane, stated this during a visit to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, in Abuja. Ahmed Ondas Ahmed reports.
The symbiotic relationship between Nigeria and a former colonial master is a long one dating back to pre-colonial era, and its sustenance is for the good of both nations. To this end, the British authorities offering a hand of fellowship in terms of military hardware and personnel to end the activities of terrorists in the northeast, as well as improvement in the collaboration in the education sector.
On the corruption side, as you said, we have a long-standing relationship supporting the Economic Financial Crime Commission. We're doing work on unexplained wealth orders and returning funding to you, and we want to deepen that relationship and, as you said, get to the root causes rather than dealing with it afterwards. So keen to do more.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, while appreciating the hand of fellowship in tackling the insurgency, also called for the repatriation of all corrupt funds stashed abroad by some corrupt Nigerians.
But we still need constant support and encouragement from the Western countries, particularly UK, which has been our traditional partner. And probably you need to begin to relax your laws a little bit to allow for easy flow of capital.
The delegation had Mrs. Arendt Martins of the Commonwealth Office of the United Kingdom in attendance. Ahmed Ondas Ahmed, NTAi News.
Now, the drive by the Nigeria Customs Service to operate an e-customs operation is receiving a boost with the commencement of an e-customs project exchange program by the Korean Customs Service. Kickstarting the project Tuesday at the Customs headquarters, the Korean ambassador to Nigeria, Lee NTAi, said his government is willing to share its expertise and experiences that has made it the best in the global communities.
Is exactly what the BPR and ISP project stand for. Through the BPR ISP project, Korea is going to share with Nigeria the path toward great prosperity, affluence, and success. I'm so grateful to the people who dedicated and committed themselves to make all this possible.
Responding, the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ibrahim Ali, expressed appreciation for the willingness of the KCS to train officers of the Nigerian Customs Service, promising that this men will put the knowledge gained into use.
Our gratitude on behalf of the Nigerian government and of course most especially on behalf of the Nigerian customs for being availed this opportunity to be able to interact with the experts, learn from the experts for a period of at least 2 weeks. This is a big gesture from the Korean government and we are very grateful. We are very grateful and we are very happy that this thing is happening now. We are going to work with you. I can assure you that my officers are ready, the training group are ready, everything that you need that will make this training successful, we put it on the table.
The Korean team is expected to be in Nigeria for 2 weeks. And that's it on the news. On NTAi International, I'm Bintu Ali Sumona. Thank you for watching.